What if I told you that 85% of your business success has absolutely nothing to do with your skills, experience, or even your product? What if the difference between millionaire entrepreneurs and those who struggle isn't what you think it is? Today, I'm putting positive thinking to the ultimate test. I'm going to show you the raw, unfiltered truth about whether a positive mindset can actually transform your business results. And trust me, what I discovered will shock you. Stay with me because by the end of this video, you'll understand why some of the world's most successful business leaders swear by this one simple principle, while others dismiss it as wishful thinking. We're about to separate fact from fiction once and for all. Welcome back to Money Talks with Adia, where we dive deep into the real strategies that separate the wealthy from the broke. I'm your host, and today we're tackling one of the most controversial topics in business success: the power of positive thinking. Now, before you roll your eyes and think this is some feel-good nonsense, consider this Harvard Business Review published research showing that optimistic salespeople outsell their pessimistic counterparts by 56%. Companies with engaged, positive employees see 23% higher profitability. And here's the kicker: 90% of top performers across all industries share one common trait: they maintain a positive outlook even during challenging times. But here's what nobody talks about. Positive thinking isn't just about feeling good. It's about rewiring your brain for success, making better decisions under pressure, and creating opportunities where others see obstacles. Let's be real for a moment. Running a business in 2025 is brutal. You're dealing with economic uncertainty, increased competition, staffing challenges, and customers who expect everything yesterday. The stress is overwhelming, and it's killing your decision-making ability. Here's what I see happening to entrepreneurs every single day: the stress spiral. You wake up already anxious about the day ahead. Every email feels like a potential crisis. You're constantly putting out fires instead of building your vision. Sound familiar? The negativity trap. One bad review, one lost client, one failed marketing campaign, and suddenly you're questioning everything. You start seeing problems everywhere instead of solutions. The burnout cycle. You're working 80-hour weeks but feeling like you're moving backwards. Your energy is drained, your creativity is shot, and you're starting to resent the business you once loved. The comparison game. You're constantly looking at competitors, feeling like everyone else has it figured out while you're struggling. Social media becomes a highlight reel of your failures compared to everyone else's success. I recently worked with an entrepreneur, let's call him Marcus, who was making $50,000 a month in revenue but was absolutely miserable. He told me, "Adia, I should be grateful, but I wake up every day expecting something to go wrong. I can't enjoy my success because I'm constantly waiting for the other shoe to drop." This is where most business advice fails you. Everyone talks about strategy, tactics, and systems, but nobody addresses the foundation, your mindset. Because here's the truth: your thoughts create your reality, and your reality creates your results. Now let's dive into the science behind positive thinking and why it's not just motivational fluff. It's a legitimate business strategy. Your brain is literally rewiring itself every single day based on your thoughts. Neuroscientists call this neuroplasticity. When you consistently think negatively, you're strengthening neural pathways that make you more likely to notice problems, expect failure, and make fear-based decisions. But here's what's fascinating. Positive thinking doesn't just make you feel better, it changes how your brain processes information. Studies show that optimistic people have 31% higher productivity, make 37% better sales performance, are 3 times more creative in problem solving, live 7 to 10 years longer, which means more time to build wealth. Let me give you a concrete example. Researchers at the University of Pennsylvania studied insurance salespeople for 2 years. They found that the most optimistic salespeople sold 88% more than the most pessimistic ones. Same company, same products, same training, the only difference was mindset. So, let's break it down. Exactly how does positive thinking translate to business success? Well, it starts with enhanced decision-making. When you're in a positive state, your prefrontal cortex, which is the part of your brain responsible for executive decisions, functions at peak capacity. You see more options, weigh risks more accurately, and make decisions faster. Now let's talk about increased resilience. Positive thinkers bounce back from setbacks 3 times faster than pessimists. In the business world, this means shorter recovery times from failures and more attempts at success. Plus, there's better relationships. Positivity is contagious, you know? Positive leaders have teams with 12% higher productivity and 18% lower turnover. Your customers can feel your energy too. They're more likely to buy from someone who radiates confidence and optimism. And, not to forget, innovation and creativity. Fear and negativity, they shut down creative thinking. But positivity, it opens up new neural pathways, leading to breakthrough ideas and innovative solutions. But here's where most people get it wrong. I'm not talking about toxic positivity, pretending everything is fine when it's not, or ignoring real problems. That's actually harmful to your business. Real positive thinking is all about acknowledging challenges while focusing on solutions, learning from failures without dwelling on them, expecting good outcomes while preparing for obstacles, and celebrating wins while staying hungry for more. Toxic positivity says, everything happens for a reason, but smart positive thinking says, this setback taught me something valuable I can use moving forward. Toxic positivity might say, just think positive and money will flow. However, smart positive thinking says, I'll maintain optimism while taking strategic action toward my goals. So how do you actually implement this in your business? Here are the 5 pillars of positive business thinking. 1. Morning mindset rituals. Start each day by setting your mental state before checking emails or social media. Successful entrepreneurs like Tony Robbins and Tim Ferriss swear by this. 2. Reframe challenges as opportunities. Every problem in your business is actually data showing you where to improve or innovate. Jeff Bezos built Amazon by reframing the problem of bookstore limitations into the opportunity of unlimited online inventory. 3. Surround yourself with positivity. Your environment shapes your thoughts. This means the people you spend time with, the content you consume, and even your physical workspace. 4. Celebrate small wins. Your brain needs positive reinforcement to maintain optimism. Track and celebrate progress, not just final outcomes. And 5. Practice gratitude strategically. Not just being thankful, but specifically appreciating what's working in your business so you can do more of it. Now let me share a story that perfectly illustrates the power of positive thinking in business. And it might be the most important 3 minutes of this entire video. In 2008, during the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression, most businesses were failing left and right. But there was one company that not only survived, but thrived: Airbnb. Brian Chesky and Joe Gebbia were broke. They were selling novelty cereal boxes just to pay rent. Every investor they pitched said no. They had every reason to give up. But here's what made the difference: their unwavering belief that they were solving a real problem and that success was inevitable. In late 2008, when the economy was at its worst, they got rejected by investor after investor. Paul Graham from Y Combinator later said that Airbnb was one of the worst ideas he'd ever heard. But Chesky maintained what he called delusional optimism. He said, "We're going to change how people travel forever," when they had maybe 100 users. That positive mindset led to several key decisions. They obsessed over user experience instead of dwelling on rejections. They saw the economic downturn as an opportunity for budget travel. They maintained energy and enthusiasm that attracted the right investors. They pivoted quickly without emotional attachment to failed ideas. Today, Airbnb is worth over $75 billion. But here's what's really interesting. Chesky credits their success not to their original idea, but to their mindset. He said, "The idea wasn't special. Our belief in it was." Or take Sarah Blakely, who started Spanx with $5,000. She was rejected by manufacturer after manufacturer, but she maintained what she called naive optimism. She said, "I didn't know it was supposed to be hard, so I just kept going." That mindset led to her becoming the world's youngest self-made female billionaire. The pattern is clear: positive thinking doesn't guarantee success, but it's what allows you to persist long enough to achieve it. It's what keeps you solution-focused when others give up. It's what helps you see opportunities in disguise. So, can positive thinking really boost business success? The answer is a resounding yes, but not in the way most people think. Here's what we've learned today. First, positive thinking isn't about ignoring reality. It's about choosing to focus on solutions rather than problems. It's a strategic choice that literally rewires your brain for success. Second, the research is overwhelming. Positive business leaders outperform negative ones across every metric: sales, productivity, innovation, and longevity. Third, it's not magic, it's psychology. Positive thinking improves decision-making, increases resilience, enhances relationships, and boosts creativity. These are all measurable business advantages. Fourth, implementation matters. You can't just think positive and expect results. You need systems, rituals, and practices that consistently reinforce an optimistic but realistic mindset. Look, I get it if you're skeptical, I was too. But after seeing the data, studying successful entrepreneurs, and implementing these principles in my own business journey, I can tell you this. Your mindset is either your greatest asset or your biggest liability. The beautiful thing about positive thinking is that it costs nothing, requires no special skills, and can be started immediately. But like any business strategy, it requires commitment and consistency. Your business success isn't just about having the right strategy. It's about having the right mindset to execute that strategy consistently, especially when things get tough. And that starts with the thoughts you choose to think every single day. All right, Money Talks family, I want to hear from you. In the comments below, share your experience with positive thinking in your business. Have you noticed a difference when you maintain an optimistic outlook? What challenges are you facing in staying positive during tough times? And here's a challenge for you. For the next 7 days, I want you to start each morning by writing down 3 things you're optimistic about in your business. It could be a potential opportunity, a skill you're developing, or even just the fact that you're brave enough to be an entrepreneur. Then come back and tell me what you noticed. If this video opened your eyes to the power of mindset in business, you absolutely need to watch my video on the $1 Million Morning Routine, how top entrepreneurs start their day. I break down the exact morning rituals used by billionaires to set their mindset for success. The link is in the description. And if you're serious about building wealth and want more content like this, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. We drop new episodes every Monday and Friday, diving deep into the real strategies that separate the wealthy from the broke. Remember, your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits, and your habits become your wealth. So choose your thoughts wisely. This has been Money Talks with Adia, and until next time, keep thinking rich, acting bold, and building the empire you deserve. Peace.